Welcome to your comprehensive interactive study breakdown on statistics. In this video, we will explore how to classify data, calculate measures of central tendency and spread, and avoid common exam pitfalls. Statistics is a core component of every GCSE and A-Level Mathematics paper, and mastering it can significantly boost your marks. Let's begin by understanding the different types of data you will encounter. Let's map out the classification of data. Data is broadly split into qualitative and quantitative. Quantitative data is further divided into discrete and continuous. Discrete data comes from counting, like number of siblings, and is displayed using a bar chart with gaps. Continuous data comes from measuring, like height or weight, and requires a histogram or cumulative frequency graph. Remember, histograms use frequency density on the y-axis, not frequency, especially when class widths are unequal. Turning to our core study notes, here are some key definitions. Mutually exclusive events cannot happen at the same time, so you add their probabilities. Independent events do not affect each other, so you multiply probabilities along tree diagrams. The interquartile range measures the spread of the middle 50% of data and is not affected by outliers. An outlier is an extreme value. When present, the median is a better measure of central tendency than the mean. Now let's walk through the process of estimating the mean from a grouped frequency table. First, find the midpoint of each class interval by adding the lower and upper bounds and dividing by 2. Then multiply each midpoint by its corresponding frequency. Sum all these products together. Finally, divide this total by the sum of all frequencies. This gives an estimate of the mean, as we assume all values in a class are at the midpoint. Let's work through a 6-mark exam question on histograms. We are given a histogram with frequency densities and need to estimate the number of people who took less than 30 seconds. First, identify the classes that fall entirely under 30 seconds, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 to 30. For each class, calculate the frequency by multiplying the frequency density by the class width. For 0 to 10, 2 times 10 equals 20. For 10 to 20, 3 times 10 equals 30. For 20 to 30, 4 times 10 equals 40. Add these together, 20 plus 30 plus 40 equals 90. So an estimated 90 people completed the puzzle in under 30 seconds. Always remember to use frequency density on histograms, not frequency. Watch out for common pitfalls. First, do not confuse bar charts with histograms. Bar charts have gaps between bars and are for discrete or categorical data. Histograms have no gaps and are for continuous data. Second, choose the correct average. If there are outliers, use the median instead of the mean. Third, when drawing or interpreting histograms with unequal class widths, always calculate frequency density. Finally, in probability questions, always simplify your fractions. Examiners love to see fractions in simplest form. To wrap up, remember the 3 data types and their appropriate diagrams. For averages, know how to estimate the mean from group data and when to use median over mean. For spread, the interquartile range is your best friend when outliers are present. In probability, distinguish between mutually exclusive and independent events. And for histograms, always use frequency density. Apply these concepts confidently in your exam, and you will secure top marks. Good luck!